welcome back to Cuban with a Twist. Today I want to tell you that I have a great new recipe. I kind of made it up while I was walking through Whole Foods. One of my favorite things to do is to actually walk through a farmer's market, a grocery store, and take a look at the different produce, what's in season, what smells good, and just kind of come up with something on the spot. So today we're going to make the recipe. It's a recipe that I actually just came up with while we were at Whole Foods. So I'm going to start with a pumpkin. This is a pumpkin pie pumpkin. It's a small pumpkin, and what I'm going to do is I've put the oven on, and I put it at about 400 convection, and I'm going to let this bake until it's nice and soft. Okay? So we're going to add a little tiny bit of olive oil, and I just want that to cover. Okay? And I'm going to rub it around because I want it to be nice and all over it. And then we're going to bake it, and I'm going to wait until it's soft enough for me to slice in half. I will unpit it, and then I will drizzle it, and then we'll put it back in the oven. Alright, I've taken the pumpkin out, and you can see I de-seeded it, so it's nice and ready to go. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reuse the pan. I put some Zima sweet tomatoes in there. I've put 3 cloves of garlic, okay, and I'm going to put that in the oven with a nice pepper. This is a spicy pepper. You can use any pepper you want. I've chosen to use that one. Okay, we're going to take that. Okay, we're going to put some truffle salt on that. And I'm going to put this in the oven while I take out the insides of the pumpkin. Okay? Remember, we're making this up as we go. As I was looking through Whole Foods, this is the idea I came up with. Okay? Let's take the insides out. Toss them in the bowl. Okay. Perfect. Just make sure you got all the seeds out of there. Same thing. Pull out the insides. Toss it into the bowl. Now I took a pear and I did the same thing with it. I baked it, and we're going to add that to our pumpkin. Okay. We're going to smush it down. Take a little bit more. There we go. I like that. I added a 1/4 slice of real butter, and I'm going to toss this away so we can get the pear inside of our bowl too. I baked the pear too. As you can see, it's nice and soft. Okay? I'm going to take the skin off. Try to take it off as much as I can. I really don't want to have the skin in there too. It's a little bit of a messy deal, but I think it's going to be well worth it when we're done. Okay? Alright, right now we're going to chop about 1/2 of a medium-sized sweet onion, and I'm just going to slice it up and dice it up any which way. Okay, I want it to be a little bit rustic, but on the smaller end. Okay, so in the back here, I've started to warm up my skillet, and I'm going to put a little bit of olive. Okay, I got a little bit of olive oil in here, and I'm going to just saute the onions until they're nice and tender. Just going to toss that in there. Perfect. And I'm just going to let that get tender. And then I'm going to add the tomatoes and the garlic that we have in the oven, okay, that we're roasting. Taken the tomatoes and the garlic that we were roasting and the pepper, and I've chopped it up and I've added it to the sweet onion that we had sauteing earlier. Okay? Now to this we're going to put in the pumpkin and the pears. Okay? And we're just going to saute it a little bit and mix it up. Not really a lot, but just mix it up so it's all blended well together. Whenever you are. Okay? You can see I've turned the stove off because it's not about cooking anymore. It's just about mixing right now. And that's really all I want, is everything to be well blended. Because now I'm going to grab these little casserole dishes here. Okay. We've got these casserole pans, and I'm going to start placing some of this mixture in there. Okay. Just so it covers the bottom. Okay, we're going to do the same for the second one. I think this is going to be really yummy, actually. So let's just go like this. I don't want one to have more than the other, so I'm going to kind of just measure it off with my eye. Okay, that looks pretty good. Some raw shrimp and some sea scallops that I bought at Whole Foods yesterday, and I'm just going to slice them up. Now, I pre-seasoned these with olive oil, salt and pepper, and lemon juice, and I let them sit. They sat probably for about 2 to 3 hours in the refrigerator, and I'm just going to toss them loosely inside of our mix here. And I'm going to let them bake in the oven. There we go. Yeah. The lemon juice has already started cooking this. You can see the shrimps have changed colors, and that's just from the lemon juice that we used. I'm going to toss it in the middle. Okay. Chop up the sea scallops. Okay. Top it up there. And do the same for the other. I've sliced up the scallops and I've moved them in and I've put the shrimp in there. We're going to put a tiny bit of olive oil. Okay. A little bit of pepper. And I'm using a little bit of truffle salt. Just to top it off like that. And really what I want to do right now is I'm going to put this in the oven for about 10 minutes. I want the shrimp and the scallops to cook, and then we're going to pull them out, top them with fresh sliced baked pears, and great fresh Romano cheese on there. We'll be right back. Nice. I took the little casseroles out. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to thinly slice these pears, and I'm going to top it right over that. There we go, pretty. There we go. There we go. Nice. We'll take the middle out. Perfect. So it's going to be a little bit savory, a little bit salty, and a little bit sweet. And I love it when I'm able to go through somewhere and just get really fantastic ideas. It's one of the reasons that I love, again, Whole Foods. It's fantastic variety. I'm going to take this cheese. It's fresh Parmesan. I'm just going to take the top off. There we go. Perfect. Put this aside. And just nicely cover it. And this does not have to go back in the oven. This is so nice, piping hot. Perfect. Okay, same from over here. These are great like little individual dishes. If you want to do something romantic with your significant other, make little individual dishes. Something sweet just for them. Top it off with a little green onion. Okay. Okay. Just light, very thin. Just for a little bit of color. Literally. Perfect. You should take a look at that. Fantastic hot seafood pumpkin pear dish. Thank you so much always for watching us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and you can watch us always on syndicatednews.net. Graham, this is for you. Fall is in the air. Have a great day.